Hi, good day to my viewers. Today we're going to discuss about the Indian election. India is going for the elections after 2019 to the 2024. This is the election which is going to decide for the next 5 years who's going to represent the country. One of the strongest, fastest growing economies with a huge population. The people, the youth, a very vibrant youth, very far educated and very aspiring. And aspiring because of the reason that jobs, job creation, all these are certain areas where they are looking forward for. Now, who are those who are contesting in the elections? The current ruling party, which is the BJP, and the opposition, largely dominated by the Congress, are the ones who are contesting the elections. The opposition has not just the Congress, but all the major parties of the country have associated together to contest against the BJP, which is the ruling party. The ruling party, which is the BJP, is in power since the last 10 years. Now, this is where the elections are heading towards. What are the issues based on which the current elections are happening? There are various issues based on which the current elections are happening. The issues are that unemployment is one of the issues which the opposition has raised high. There is a ongoing high inflation which has really affected the economy. The other factors are there is a regional discontent. The regional discontent are that different states have different kinds of discontent at some point of time that the ruling party, which is the BJP, has not really given them the importance or has neglected them in various capacities which was there. So how does this election really go about? The ruling party, which is the BJP, is represented by Narendra Modi. Narendra Modi has a track of extreme polarities of both people who support him, like him and dislike him. He was in the last 5 years when he was there from 2014 to 2019, the performance has not been great as per what people have cited down. And in the 2019 to 2024, it's the anti-incumbency wave which has also increased tremendously. However, to say something, his popularity has still very strong across in the region. Now, how does the election really go about? Now, there are certain challenges which are there. The BJP, which is there in power, has certain advantages. The advantages that the BJP has is that it has the muscle power. The muscle power, when I mean so, there is a strong criticism which has come about in the institutions amongst the opposition that most of the institutions such as the Enforcement Directorate, the Central Bureau of Investigation and majority other investigations which are there, investigating bodies which are there are under the control of the BJP, which is the ruling party. And the other criticism which is also coming against the BJP is that the current Prime Minister Narendra Modi is slowly moving the country towards dictatorship. And this could not be cited as dictatorship, but then we mention this as anocratic leadership. And anocratic leadership is something which is not really going in tandem with how the country is seen as a democratic country. Why are the states really unhappy? There are different states in the country. Now, the region, the southern region, which has diverse languages, the whole country has diverse languages. However, the South Indian states which are there, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, they have a strong regional influence, and the whole regional influence is against the BJP. And they do not want the ideologies of the BJP to enter inside the particular states. Similarly, the other states which are there, the Karnataka, the Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, these are the states which again, and Goa, which is also one of the union territories, along with Pondicherry. Now, these are certain regions where the BJP has a very minimal presence inside the whole of the southern region. However, the BJP is very strong in the northern region, traditionally. And how is the northern region really moving towards in this election is one of the questions. In the northern region, there is a rise in the anti-incumbency wave, which is against the Narendra Modi government because of the reason that There have been many instances of cumulative factors, but still in this particular elections, the northern regions, north part of India is badly affected because of the unemployment, and thereby there is a rising anger. The other factor is within the states, there has been a bad performance by the regional leaders who've been there, who've been representing the BJP. And thereby the regional parties who are there are raising their own support in this particular elections. So what could be the outcome? The outcome is something which is quite, it's not in a very clear picture at this moment, because of the reason that the institutions, which include even the media, is giving a very biased opinion about the elections. Largely the electronic media is controlled by the ruling party, and thereby most of the opinions and the outcomes and the views which the media has been propagating has not really reached out to the public, and the public anger has really gone against the media and the ruling party. But then the social media and the digital media has been, to a larger context, been able to balance on both the perspectives, and thereby in the part of the media and the propaganda and the outcomes, that's where the opposition feels that there is a voice for them to reach out to people. So thereby, when it comes to the media and the opinions, it is not clearly visible about who could be leading the elections or who could have a chance in the elections. What could be the outcome of this elections towards in the geopolitical state? In the geopolitical state, if the Narendra Modi government comes back to power, what it could really mean is that the Narendra Modi government's influence of India would be much more on a very polarized view, wherein the geopolitical divide will be very well visible, wherein Russia, India, South Africa, the bloc of the countries would be created, and the European Union, the United States, and their relationships with India would not be as strong as it has been in the past. This could be one of the outcomes which is there, which is already been there. Thereby, it's the same party which is just going to extend its views. However, what is the outcome if the opposition comes to power? If the opposition comes to power, the challenge which remains is who's going to be the prime minister. Because will the prime minister be able to serve for a continuous 5 years? Since there are going to be a lot of parties who are going to be a mixed alliance which is going to come inside. A mixed alliance is always a very difficult thing, especially in holding the power. And this could increase much of the challenges which are there for the future. And thereby, who could be the prime ministerial candidate? That would also reflect upon who are the future relationships which are going to be there. However, if the opposition comes to power, the relationship between India and the United States and the European Union could increase to a larger context. And the relationship with India and rest of the countries which are in the region could also strengthen much more than what it is happening in the current period of time which is there. How is it in the environment of the Asian region? In the Asian region, it's a very clear overview which has come inside that the Chinese have extended their dominance in the region because of the reason that their One Belt initiative has really given them a lot of advantages, and thereby and apart from that, their investments into the different countries has really supported them to expand much beyond, and thereby diminishing the power influence of India that it once enjoyed over its neighbors, which include Sri Lanka, which include Maldives, which include Nepal, which even include Bangladesh and Afghanistan. And in these regions where India had a very strong friendship, now the relationship is strained to a larger context, and this an opportunity is never lost. It just moves from one hand to another hand. Similarly, what has been lost for India has been a gain for China. Now, with the opposition coming inside, it is a belief that they are going to strengthen the foreign policy. They could also be able to create the jobs and the employment which is down there. However, the challenge for the opposition is to bring inside an amicable candidate. a prime ministerial candidate who could be amicable, who could be able to govern for the next 5 years without any hindrances. On the other context, with the current BJP, if the election ends up with the Prime Minister Narendra Modi extending his next 5 years, the objective is definitely going to be how he is able to keep the people satisfied, especially because there is a lot of criticism which has come against him that his whole government has failed in terms of creating jobs. His government has failed in terms of creating inflation. And there is another big challenge which is rising, which is nothing but the threat of the right wing. The threat of the right wing is extremely growing higher, with a lot of hate relationships which is breeding down at the bottom. And this is something which he would be forced to address. And if he is not able to address this, this is definitely going to explode within the communities. So thank you so much. Let's see the outcome of the elections. I'm going to join you once again after the elections are there. Thank you.